Hello, thank you for having me today. I'm delighted to talk to you a bit about Just Eat Takeaway and some of the things that I'm really passionate about, which is transformation, change, and technology. And as Phil is also passionate about culture and the role that that plays. But first, a little bit about our business. You can place an order with us with just a couple of taps, but that really hides the complexity behind our business because every order needs to be flawlessly executed from placement through to fulfillment. And it isn't just for our customers, those of you that are hopefully out there ordering takeaways and other things, it's also for our businesses and our couriers. It's a whole network effect. We were born from the desire that I'm sure you've all had at the end of a really busy week, wanting a takeaway, and typically finding, I don't know, a pizza, Chinese, but wanting something different, wanting to access more choice, but not knowing how to do that, and also recognizing that busy restaurants want to increase their sales, and a marketplace is a way to do that without expanding their operations geographically or into new spaces. So we created a marketplace which has grown into Just Eat Takeaway and what you know today. And through that, we've also created a thriving last-mile delivery logistics business. We're all about empowering everyday convenience for our customers, for our partners, and for our couriers. We are a network business. We are a network model. And we create value for those partners as well as our customers through the effects of a thriving, efficient network. Now, customers, just like Amazon, they are really important to us. They are our focus. They are at the heart of our model, but it only works if every part of the network is working, if every part of the network is efficient, and that's where the complexity comes from. A smooth delivery network has to satisfy all three sides of our marketplace. And from those humble beginnings of delivering pizzas on a Friday night, we have grown to 20 markets globally, 84 million customers last year, nearly 700,000 partners on our platform globally, a staggering 891 million orders placed last year. We've grown enormously. We've expanded into different areas, and we're facing into lots of disruption and competition, just like Phil said, but it drives us to be better. So with that growth, it hasn't been without its challenges. We went through the pandemic, just like all of you, and we had a kind of boom in customer numbers, but that hasn't been the only place that growth has come from. We've also grown through mergers and acquisitions. And we have been on a journey with this to drive culture change and to drive consolidation. So it does bring additional complexity. If you've ever worked in a merger and acquisition situation, you will know. But that cultural piece is key. 90% of mergers and acquisitions fail, not for technical reasons, but because of cultural difficulties. And we have definitely faced into some of that. Not only that, there are, and now, or even though we've continued to do consolidation, we still have 7 different platforms across our 20 markets. So every time we want to release a feature to our customers, we have to do it 7 times over to give everybody the same experience. So as you can imagine, consolidation and driving towards one target platform is critical for us because, just like Phil talked about, we need to move at pace. We need to be offering our customers brilliant experiences. We need to be making lives of our partners better. We need to be offering more opportunities for couriers because that's how the business is fueled. That's how we grow, and that's how we succeed. So that's one of our top priorities. Not only that, we've also shifted our thinking that we are actually a utility rather than an entertainment brand. So what I mean by that is we are here to create frictionless experiences for other people. We are there to help SMEs and small businesses grow their businesses on our platform. We're there to enable great experiences for our customers, just like all of you. We're not the center of your experience, the food is, or the product you're ordering is. So it's also been a mind shift that's helped us to think about how we solve those problems rather than being attached to the solution or the brand that may be at the heart of it. So, it's obvious, but seamless customer experiences, product experiences, consolidated global architecture helping us to really go fast, and operational excellence for global teams. This is actually incredibly important because our business has become part of the fabric of running a restaurant or a partner business in business today. So if we are not really efficient, if we do not have operational excellence, then we are affecting the businesses of those SMEs, of those small businesses on our platform. They are going to miss out on vital sales that help their business grow, not to mention disappointing our customers. And we all know that when we're hungry, we're not at our best. So we don't want people going hungry. But food is not enough. The world is changing. Expectations are changing. The pandemic changed things enormously. But there's lots of other consumer trends that are driving change. And we have to be where customers need us, where customers want us. And so we've embraced positive disruption from this competitive industry that we're in, which we're all in. You know, it's not limited to food delivery, to drive more reasons to interact with us. So we've expanded to pharmacy, late night wine, groceries, electronics, flowers, and other gifting. This is really important because this is a way to acquire new customers, more reasons to come and visit us. It drives frequency. Both of these things drive the efficiency of our network and fuels the growth for us, but also the partners that are on our platform. And after all, if we can figure out how to deliver cold ice cream alongside hot chicken noodle soup, then we can deliver pretty much anything. So, customer-led innovation. That's key. We've heard about it. We know it's true. And here's one of the examples. 2023, we were, along with everybody else, adopting generative AI. And we have got a trial out there at the moment of an AI-powered assistant. This is taking the ordering journey from a few minutes to a few seconds, voice or text input to place an order, modify an order. And we're learning along with customers. We started with, I'd like to order an Americano. We're now figuring out how to get the AI assistant to respond positively when it's a non-fat, extra foam caramel macchiato, which is a little bit harder to get right. And we're also seeing, what do our customers type in? What do they want to know about? What are they asking the assistant? No surprises. Where is my order? Can I get some help with this? And other things as well. And as we look at how the customers use it, as we experiment along with them and allow them to be part of our beta, allow them to be part of the journey with us, we're getting really good feedback and really good learnings. We're also thinking about where will our customers be in the future? What's happening in the market? We're pioneering in-car ordering because we see that journeys and the adoption of EVs is changing the way that people move around. Where in the past a fuel up would take a few minutes, now you are potentially sitting for an hour at a charging station. So why not make use of that time? So we're partnering with Mercedes-Benz and Tesla to offer in-car ordering and ordering to charging points, allowing people to make better use of their day and delight them in other ways. And we see this as the future, along with a number of other innovations of where our customers are going to be in the future. Phil talked about it, and it's true. Things are changing, unprecedented change. And the only constant is change. It's a cliche because it's true. So what I have learned on this journey of collaboration, of bringing organizations together, of transformation and change is that we have to embrace this if we're really going to be successful, if we're going to be creative, if we're going to hit upon those innovative ideas that will take our businesses forward. We need to be curious. We need to be interested. We need to cultivate a growth mindset all the time. We need to step into discomfort because that's the way to grow and learn. And that's something that I constantly cultivate and talk to my team about, because we can't be afraid of change. We need to embrace that discomfort, step forward and grow, step forward and understand what is new around us. How do we respond to it? How are we responding in a way that meets the needs of our customers, drives them forward? And after all, I think, again, it's a cliche, but we all know it's true. What got us where we are today isn't going to take us where we need to be in the future. And if we're going to do it, we can't do it alone. Our people are critical. Telling them that story, helping them understand the mission, the journey that you're going on, because they're the greatest asset we have. I mean, this is full of cliches, but they're all true. I couldn't lead my department if I didn't have a great team of curious individuals who are really invested in solving problems and making the experiences brilliant for our customers, for our partners, for our couriers. And I talked earlier about 90% of acquisitions failing because of cultural issues. So this is so important. But it isn't only about the story you tell. It's about helping them to understand the context that they operate in. I can tell you this great story today about helping businesses grow on our platform, but there is nothing like going and doing a shift in, say, Burger King, and I'm going to get told off for that in Burger King, and experiencing what it's like to be filling those bags, responding to orders, talking to couriers, and understanding what it's like going into an individual restaurant, sitting with a customer service agent. What are the repetitive tasks that they end up doing over and over again that you could automate in no time at all? Talking to customers, I do that all of the time. Every month I talk to customers about their experience with us. And I go out and I deliver food too. So watch out. If you live in London, you may find me at your door with a pizza. Because I need to know what it's like. I need to bring the story to life, and I want that for my team as well. So we also run programs for our entire department to go out and have these experiences too. I encourage curiosity at every step. So, just to summarize, this is about enabling the right culture, because I don't have all the answers. None of us do. But with the right experiences and the right culture, we can connect the dots in different ways that actually helps us to find that creativity and that innovation that we so desperately need to get ahead, but also that is so motivational for the people in our teams, the people who work with us, being part of something exciting and new and driving a business forward. So my tips for that are enabling a culture that is agile and retrospective. We do this in our day jobs all the time, but turn it on the culture. Ask ourselves the difficult questions. What could be better? What's not working? And don't be afraid to admit that. I've made many mistakes and learned from them, and that's part of the journey, which takes me to my second point. Rapid learning and experimentation. This isn't about accepting failure. It's about learning. It's about that context piece. It's about development. Your teams will be better if they have the freedom to experiment. If they make mistakes that they can build on and learn from, they will become better leaders, they'll be better at their jobs, and they'll be able to provide better experiences for all of your customers. And lastly, transparency and feedback. We all need to listen, and we need to create a learning culture around us where it's okay to give feedback, where we're transparent about context, challenges, and different things that are going on, where people feel that they're part of something, and feedback is about being part of a high-performing team, not a criticism. These are some of the things that I've learned. I could talk to you about this forever because it's one of my big passions, but hopefully I'll leave you with one last quote, which is that the worst thing you can really do when faced with change is stand still. So I encourage you to be curious, to look around, to adopt the cultural change and drive for innovative success. And with that, I will hand back to Phil. Thank you.